When it comes to online retailers, there are a few major players that are such as Walmart.com, eBay, and Amazon are some of the few to mention. Um, but in recent years, Apple Inc. Has become one of the other major players when it comes to online retail stores. Um, Apple Inc. uses the Apple brand to compete across several highly competitive markets. Apple's brand has evolved as it has expanded its range of products and services. Originally starting in the 1970s with desktop computers, and then laptops in the 1990s, it took over 20 years before the company expanded into its first major new product area with the launch of the iPod in 2001. Also followed by the iPhone in 2007, and then iPad in 2010, and then now Apple Pay and Apple Watch in 2014. In the early decades, Apple's brand was very much that of a challenger, bringing easy to use computers to consumers and small businesses in a way that has focused on the needs, individuality, and style of ordinary people rather than the conformity of and technical mandates of big business. Apple's brand position has evolved, but today's brand is still consistent with these early promises. Apple's core competence remains delivering exceptional customer experience through superb user interfaces. The company's product strategy is based around this, with the iPhone, with its touchscreen gestures that are also reused on the iPad. Um, on and only the iPad, but Mac, iCloud, iTunes, and the App Store all play key roles in unifying these user interfaces. The distinctive feature of each Apple Pay and Apple Watch remains the customer experience of an elegant user interface and simplicity of use. Starting with the major revitalization of the Apple brand when the iPod was launched in 2001. Apple has worked hard to migrate its brand and its in these close uh, product strategy in close harmony uh, towards today's position. Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs, who was Apple's co-founder, described Apple as a mobile devices company, um, which is the largest one in the world. Um, the company renamed itself Apple Inc. rather than Apple Computer. At the time, this was a significant move, which signified Apple's move beyond being more than a computer company. The company is now defining itself more broadly than just being a devices company. It has blended its digital content services, such as iTunes, iBooks, and App Store, to be a key part of the value proposition. The Apple device owners, and with iCloud in the background, is making many services and functionality which consumers use accessible on whatever Apple device they may be using at the time, be it on the desk, lap, fingertips, or the wrist. Apple has a branding strategy that focuses on the emotions. The starting point is how an Apple product experience makes you feel. The Apple brand personality is about lifestyle, imagination, liberty regained, innovation, passion, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and power to the people through technology. The Apple brand personality is also about simplicity and the removal of complexity from people's lives, people driven product design, and about being a really humanistic company with a heartfelt connection to its customers. The Apple brand is not just intimate with its customers, it's loved. And there is a real sense of community among its users, and or users of its main product lines. The brand equity and customer franchise which Apple embodies is extremely strong. The preference for Apple products amongst the Mac community, for instance, not only kept the company alive for much of the 90s, when from a rationalistic economic perspective, it looked like a dead duck. But it even enables the company to sustain pricing at a that is at a premium to its competitors. It is arguable that without the price premium which Apple brand sustains in many product areas, the company would have exited the personal computer business several years ago. In recent years, the strength in brand preference has flowed directly to Apple's profits. The company has dramatically improved its manufacturing costs while still maintaining a very strong brand equity, which helps them in their online retail sales. The huge promise of the Apple brand, of course, presents Apple with an enormous challenge to live up to. The innovative, beautifully designed, highly ergonomic, and technology leading products which Apple delivers are not only designed to match the brand promise, but are fundamental to keeping it. Apple fully understands that all aspects of the customer experience are important, and that all brand touchpoints must reinforce the Apple brand. Apple has expanded and improved its distribution capabilities by opening hundreds of its own retail stores, both physically and online, through iTunes and the App Store. And in the physical places, the physical retail stores in key cities around the world, usually in upmarket and quality shopping venues. It has developed the iPhone business. As it has developed the iPhone business, Apple has hugely increased its retail reach through retail outlets of the telco companies. Apple has also increased the accessibility of iPads and iPods through various resellers that do normally sell computers, and has increased its reach of its online stores, which has made it become the number two major player, right behind Amazon.com. The very successful Apple retail stores give prospective customers direct experience to Apple brand's values. Apple retail visitors experience a stimulating, no pressure environment where they can discover more about the Apple family, try out the company's products, and get training and practical help on Apple products at the shop's guru bars. Apple retail staff are helpful, informative, and let their enthusiasm show without being brash or pushy. And this same idea is actually carried on with its online retail stores. So when you call in with an issue with your your Apple device, or you have problems purchasing maybe an item in the Apple Store or in the App Store, their customers are very helpful, and very encouraging, and it feels like you're part of a family when you have those needs. So the overall feeling is one of inclusiveness by a community that really understands what good technology should look and feel like, and how it should fit into people's lives. Thank you.